All right, today we are pulling back the curtain on something fascinating: how massive, complex companies actually get things done. I mean, how do they do it? We're going to decode the secret language of strategy, the thing that organizes thousands of people into a single focused machine. So let's open up this playbook and see exactly how it works. I mean, think about it. It's a huge challenge, right? Just imagine trying to coordinate a global team. You've got the CEO in the boardroom on one side and a frontline worker in a factory halfway across the world on the other. How on earth do you make sure everyone is pulling in the exact same direction, all working towards the same goal? Well, the answer lies in this really powerful idea: a cascade. See, strategy isn't just one big single plan. Nope. It's actually a series of connected plans that flow downward, like a waterfall, getting more and more specific and more actionable with every single level. Okay, so let's start at the very top of that cascade. We're going to follow the strategy as it flows all the way from the boardroom's grand vision right down to the day-to-day action on the ground. First up is corporate strategy. This is the 30,000-foot view, you know? It's where the top executives are asking the biggest question of all: what businesses should we even be in? Think about a company like Disney. Are they in the theme park business, the movie studio business, a streaming service? Corporate strategy is what answers yes, we're in all of those entertainment businesses. And that one decision, it sets the stage for everything else. All right, let's move one level down the cascade to business strategy. So let's say our company is in the car business. The business strategy for its luxury sedan division is going to be totally different from the one for its electric truck division, right? The key question here is simple: how do we win? Take Apple's iPhone strategy. That's all about differentiation. They win by making their products feel unique and premium. On the flip side, a budget phone maker strategy is all about cost. They win by being the cheapest option on the shelf. And from there, it keeps flowing down. Once that business strategy is locked in, each individual department creates its own game plan. So the marketing team for that luxury sedan, they're developing a strategy to promote it. At the same time, the supply chain team is figuring out the absolute best way to source all those high-end parts. You see, each function, each department is supporting that bigger goal. And finally, we hit the ground level. This is operational strategy, and it's all about the nitty-gritty, the real day-to-day stuff. We're talking questions like: how do we schedule the factory floor? How do we manage our inventory? This is the point where that high-level abstract vision becomes a tangible, physical reality. So, the big question is, how does a company actually turn that operational strategy into something real? Well, it all comes down to a checklist of 10, count 'em, 10, critical decisions. This is what builds the company's real-world operational playbook. And believe me, this is where the magic really happens. This is the point where abstract goals become concrete choices. Every single decision, I mean everything, from the design of a product to the maintenance schedule for a machine, is a direct execution of the company's overall strategy. Okay, let's run through the first 5. It all starts with the design of the goods and services themselves. What are we actually making? Then you have quality. What standards does it have to meet? Next up is process and capacity design. How are we going to make it, and how much can we make? Then you've got location. Where are we going to put our facilities? And finally, the layout design of that factory floor. Every single one of these is a crucial strategic choice. And here are the final 5 to complete the list. This covers the people part, that's human resources and job design. And then the stuff part, your supply chain decisions and your inventory. And finally, you've got the time part, that's scheduling production and, of course, maintenance to keep everything running smoothly. Put them all together, and these 10 decisions form the complete operational playbook. Okay, now that we have the playbook, let's see it in action. We're going to look at how companies use these exact same 10 decisions to build 2 very different but equally successful competitive strategies. This is really where it all comes together. Just think about it for a second. On one hand, you've got a company that's absolutely obsessed with quality. They're going to make every single one of those 10 decisions, from hiring to maintenance, with one goal in mind: superior design and 0 defects. They might use a super rigorous system like Six Sigma to hunt down and eliminate every tiny error. But then, on the other hand, you've got a company competing on speed. They're going to make completely different choices. They'll use methods like lean production to slash waste and optimize their supply chain, all to get products to customers faster than anyone else. See? It's the same 10 decisions, but they're being played for a completely different win. And that right there is really the core idea of all of this. Strategy isn't some dusty binder just sitting on a shelf in an office somewhere. No way. It's the invisible thread that connects a decision made in a boardroom all the way down to the quality, the price, and the speed of the product that ends up in your hands. So I'm going to leave you with this question. The next time you get a package delivered in like one day, or you're just admiring the flawless design of a new phone, just stop and take a moment. Can you see it? Can you see the countless strategic decisions, that whole operations playbook that had to be executed perfectly just to make that experience possible for you?